video.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're
Okay.
recording now. All right. So, welcome everybody. I'm just going to get this started too and just record it on here as well. Welcome everybody to our Business Builders call. And the purpose of this call today is to make sure that everybody knows exactly what they need to do in your back office for you to be active and for you to get started in the best way possible. And hi Teresa, how are you? And we're going to, I'm going to hand it over to Kerry because what she's going to talk about first is just talk about approaching people and handling any objections and things like that, because quite a few people are having a bit of a response to the patches. So we want to just guide you on the best way to talk to people about that, and also the importance of following up. I know a lot of you are.
Good, thanks. If you want to come through here, you're welcome.
Yes, thank you. I know a lot of you are experienced already and probably know this, but it's really great to go over it for everybody else. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit about the back office and how to understand the points and everything that's talking about in that. So we're all really clear from the beginning and you know how to understand where you are and how to place your people and things like that. And also, obviously, questions. So, Kerry, if I'd like to hand it over to you. Everybody here knows. Oh, we've got Karen on the phone. You haven't met Karen, Kerry. She's joining up today as a diamond, and I think everybody else you know. So I will hand it over to you.
Woohoo, Karen. Karen, is it? Okay, cool. So following up is super important to with people that you've signed up with. You know, make sure that they are active, you know, that they're actually on automatic order. I've been going into my back office and checking everybody out and looking at their dates that they have to have their automatic order in, purely because, well, many reasons, but you guys are generating a lot of volume in your Australian line there. And so as people sign up and then don't go on their automatic order, they're going to miss out on all that volume underneath because what's it called, flushing or something, where that whole volume just completely gets wiped out and you're back to zero. So we don't want anyone that to happen to, especially if you've gone to the whole travel to sign up at a business level, you know, to go in at a diamond. You want to get your automatic order in, post-date it, work out when that it is that it's going to generate, you know, if it's 3 months out from your order. Make sure you've got all your downline doing the same, especially your business people. The other thing I wanted to talk about is that the reality check, giving people when they're having a reaction on the patches. Now, remember, it's imprinted crystals. It's not anything that's transdermal, right? So it's not putting anything into their body. So with new people, you've got to get them to realize that it's actually the heat of their body that's activating the crystals. It can't do any harm to anyone. Children can be on it. People that are on medication, as a lot of you know, it can't hurt anyone. But it can bring up what it is that they're working on. So a lot of us here have been working with clients that are sick, and including myself, that comes up with acute chronic condition that I've had for 5 years. And I've noticed when it cycles into itself, when I first started, the pain got quite excruciating on the first, I think it was about during the first week. But I understood it was a healing crisis. If you drink 8 ounces, if you drink even 16 ounces of water, it literally flushes through. So you want your clients to do that. Even when you're talking to them on the phone, as you're talking them through, get them to have a glass of water while you've got them on the phone. Say, okay, drink this now. The other thing is that you're dealing with imprinted crystals that activate light. So as a practitioner all my life, all sickness is spiritual sickness. And that means all sickness comes from the emotional body, right? And then it gets into the physical body and it creates all these different symptoms and diseases and what have you. So we have found here, and I'm noticing down in Australia too, that people come up with a lot of emotional stuff as well as, and anger and frustration and sadness and whatever is going to come up for them. You're just going to have to be a little bit compassionate. You're going to have to be a person that has a good ear to listen, and just, reassure them again that this is just spiraling them back into old behavior, old emotions coming up, symptoms that they may not have had before. The worst case scenario I've seen is people getting a little angry, a little upset, nothing major, a little bit of pain coming back, especially if people have things going on from the neck up, headaches, that kind of part of the body, for sure, it amplifies a headache, neck ache. But no more than a day or two that I've noticed. Also, moving the patch around, as we were talking, I think last time, using the patch, like half the patch, just take half the sticker off the back, stick it on their clothes. You just have to be a compassionate person that is listening. Don't let for people that aren't used to dealing with people that are used to having clients, you've got to come as the expert. Okay, so you are the expert at the X39, that's imprinted crystals, that's the frequency of the peptide, of copper peptide, that balances all the systems in the body, generates mitochondria, generates telomere for anti-aging. So you've got to study your stuff. You've got to have an understanding. You've got to have your elevator pitch on the product, and confident, and be very confident about it. The more that you stay on the patches as a user of the patches and a person that is running the business, the more you become savvy to it, in the sense of the patches activating something inside of you too. We are all noticing it here. People that have been on it just a few months before me have noticed that their mental capacity is changing dramatically, and their attention to detail has changed dramatically. So you will find this for sure. But to follow up with people, don't generate more fear, for your people that are having symptoms. Try not to go anywhere near the whole fear, because again, it's not doing anything. You have to bring their attention back to the fact that this is an imprinted crystal. It's a frequency, So what else can I say about that? Definitely keep following up with them. I would follow up with clients that are having a bit of a hard time. At least every 3 days, check in with them, especially with texting. You can text people and say how you're doing. And then there's people, it doesn't really matter what you do or what you say or what they take. This kind of personality, you'll have these people come trying to look around for things. It's sometimes it's just not going to work for people, and you say sorry, try your best with them. But some people are just not apt to change. What else do we want to talk about
I was
with
just
all
wondering
of that?
at this point if anyone had any particular questions that they wanted to ask Kerry.
Yeah.
Kerry, I've got one for you. I think you've been great with the issues that some of my friends have had, and they're persevering, which is really awesome. What I'm now finding is, I'm not sure, it's people that I don't know quite as well that aren't necessarily getting a reaction to the patches after 5 days. They're not feeling anything, and we all know that they're actually doing something. But how do you explain it to those people that aren't having an instant kind or any kind of reaction at all, that aren't feeling anything, what do you say to people to keep them going, or to put that order in, or, you know, to keep
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, they're really interesting. They're more hardcore than the people that are having symptoms, basically. You know, where I go with them is usually their mind, and how that their thinking is changing, their clarity, their stress, their anxiety. You know, I start kind of looking at that level. Has anything changed there? And a lot of people like that, they need, a good 3 weeks. So I say, the people that are very not body aware, I always say are 21-day cycles, because it takes 21 days for them to cycle into something.
Yeah.
So that's what I suggest. And I go for their mind more than their body, the clarity, their emotions, how's it going at work? How's your stress level? That's where I go with that. Because I've got people that are super, super fit, they're extreme sports peeps, and there's nothing wrong with these people. But what they noticed is, again, their mind, their clarity, their performance level. So you'll get sports people that notice that their performance levels completely changed. So that's where I would go with somebody like that, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Anyone else?
I guess that's a good opportunity to encourage them to, if they really wanted to give it a good go, to actually just purchase a month and really, try it properly.
Yeah. And I've found, I think, with the people that I know very well, that's quite easy to encourage them. That people who don't know you very well and haven't sort of seen the changes in me are less, I'm kind of getting to the point where I just go, yeah, no problem, and move on.
Also, ultimately we all have to expand past that point, because if we're going to be selling to friends and people that know us, that's not a very big opportunity for our business. So, and I think for me, if I come up with things like that for myself, that's really a mindset thing, where I have to realize that I have to take myself to the next level. And I think what Kerry was saying, just being really confident in yourself and being someone that's using the patches regularly. And I mean, I'm sure you all notice different things that you're experiencing the longer that you use them. I think that's going to give a lot more strength and confidence to talk about, from our experience, what we're finding.
I mean, you have to stand as the expert, you've got to be the person that is the practitioner, even though some of you are not practitioners, but that's where you've got to stand with this, and do your due diligence, study. It's really important to have, because if you get people, they're going to fire questions at you big time. They're just going to throw things at you, and you've got to have the answers there. You cannot flounder around with people, especially with something that is completely unusual like this, so you've got to have your study there ready to go.
The other thing I'd like to add into there, if I may as well, Kerry and Karen, is that if people who are in the diamond building sector, they have access to a couple of packets. So in response to if you're feeling uncomfortable, because it does cost us money being the distributor of that product to build our business, that you could lend them the packet. So you can say, well, I'm happy to lend you this packet, and to see your response after the month or the 21 days. And then when you do join in, you can reimburse my packet back if you feel they're going to be that type of person. But if you feel they're just going to be a one-off person and be a tall poppy syndrome and they're going to cut it down anyway, they're going to look for faults in the product. And the other thing too, I would also bear in mind that I'm finding with people that are using the X39 is the alcohol intake, to be aware of that as far as a reaction with the patch. That's something that I would put it out there and monitor and make a suggestion. Or if you're not feeling anything, or if you're having a reaction, may I ask, how much alcohol do you drink at nighttime? And
so you're finding that people that drink are not getting responses to the patches?
Well, I would say it's more of a unusual response. It's let's just say more heady. They feel exhausted, and I think, you know, being on the patches also, there's something that also happens, I find, and feel free for anyone else who's having this experience as well, but you become more intuitive. So it's sort of like you almost start to answer the questions yourself as you answer them. So I find that with people with alcohol have this tendency to either mask what's going on a mental level, let's just say, and so therefore they're trying to, on a subconscious level, sabotage themselves and the effect of the patch. Now, I'm going out here on a limb, but that's an intuitive thing that I'm feeling personally. So if they were to say, maybe as a suggestion, would you like, or would you be open to trying to drink half of what you're drinking and maybe add that, you know, with some sort of water mix if you're having trouble with drinking water? And that's another interesting issue as well. If you're patching people and people are saying, I don't really like water. I hear you. So how can we make it enjoyable for you? What would you like to add to that to make it more pleasurable? So go there with them, help them through that. That's an obstacle, and it's something that needs to be addressed in order for this patch to really shine. And because it's working on such a deep level of frequency, that is not something that we can see with our eyes, but it's something else that you can explain. Well, you don't see your phone working, do you? But you know it's based on frequency, and it's interpreting a frequency and relaying that into a format that you can read with your eyes. And so people tend to have this, there's nothing wrong with me. You know, why should I use the patch? You know, I don't have a pain at the moment in my body. Well, it's not just about that. It's not to use the patch as a Band-Aid to fix you. It's bigger than that. Sorry, I just wanted to add that, so it's back to everyone else.
Can I just say something? Hi, ladies. It's amazing what I've found when you're mentioning water, and I have my own products that I mentor. Like, I don't just hand them to people. Like, I literally walk them through it, and they spend a lot of my time while they're on the products, how they're feeling after them. I always find that I check in on them and they're like, oh, I've still got a half a bag left. I'm like, are you kidding me? I gave you that a month and a half ago. It's a month's worth. There's no point taking it unless you're on 2 tablespoons, and that's how we built it. That and not drinking water is 2 of the things that people. So do you find that with the patches, people are just doing it every other day because they want to save them? Like, this seems to be like, I'll just have a little bit because I'm running out. I'm like, oh my God, really? So I was wondering if that happens.
I've had people say to me, oh, I've saved it and I've tried using it again the next day. Just thought I'd add that in. It's a no.
Sorry.
Not my experience here, but you know, Americans are pretty full on, so they patch up. I mean, I've heard people using more than one patch at a time and blowing a fuse, me being one. So no, the only thing that I've noticed is they forget to take it off at night, so they'll leave it on and they'll wake up quite disturbed in the night because it's still pushing the energy. You know, it literally doesn't have a cut off. They're just saying that so people just don't get ridiculous with it, because the body needs to know how to adjust to the frequency itself naturally at night. You don't want anyone to use the patch at night because the body doesn't need to work at night. It needs to rest. And so this is why we do 12 hours on and 12 hours off. With people that are super sensitive, I've got a person that's only using it an hour and a half a day. So she gets one patch that lasts for like nearly 12 days, 10 days, because she's super sensitive. But she's getting heaps of change. Now we're on her, I think it's her 2nd week now. And now she's doing the whole patch for 5 hours a day. So, you know, you can do that. You just got to work out people's sensitivity, and the people that are highly sensitive and freak out straight away. Well, people that freak out straight away are highly sensitive people. So they're the ones you say, okay, let's back it down to say 3 hours a day. That you'll find a lot of spiritual people that are maybe not emotionally savvy, that haven't done enough work on themselves, but are walking around in the spiritual world. You know, they go to healers and stuff like that. They're classically the people that have a meltdown immediately, emotional meltdown. So then I take them off immediately, cut down the hours. I go straight down to about 3 hours, and then I'll add an hour every 3 days or so. But the water is super important. I'm just trying to think of.
I just want to ask Kerry, you know, can you just, what you're just saying about that lady, that really sensitive lady, if she can make a patch last for 12 days, how is she actually doing that? Are you finding that it's the stickiness is lasting for that long?
You have to,
is she doing half, like taking half the tab off, and like how's she actually doing that?
She's using it as a Band-Aid, just putting a Band-Aid over the top and re-sticking it. So then I didn't realize the half patch thing, you know, take off half the sticky part. Because everyone that's new to me...
You have to take the tabs off for it to work.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, I didn't... You know, that half tab off thing is new to all of us. You know, everyone... Most of us Onyx and everyone have only been in 18 weeks. So all of us are all still new. We are still learning. And so all these things are coming out now in the last couple of weeks, like just take half the tab off.
Yeah,
but
I just want to explain to Karen, just 1 second. Karen, Onyx and Kathy are upline in the States, and they're the ones that have created this whole team, and they're the ones that have been putting together amazing resources and whole website and everything for us. So I just wanted to let you know who that was.
Fantastic. And actually Onyx is texting me as we're talking. That's funny. She's tuned in on that. I just sent them a testimonial video. It's going to be up on Facebook. You take the half tab off. Anyway, the gal is like, I think this is her 3rd week, and now she's on 12 hours a day. And she's great. So you just got to kind of, you know, be like a therapist in a sense, you know, use your high degree of sensitivity. The beautiful thing about the patches that the practitioners, us, the distributors, but I'd like to say that we're practitioners in a way, your high degree of sensitivity that tunes into the people's needs is absolutely acute at stages. You're just like, you absorb into their field with them. It's extraordinary what happens, even from a distance. I mean, most of my people aren't where I live. They're on the phone in Australia and all over the place. So you just know, because the patches are very, when you've been on them a while, although it happened to me in the first week, I had this really a heart-opening experience towards myself, like as if that it just unlocked something in my heart that was extraordinary. And with that, I could just feel the empathy. So it has this incredible ability to empathize with somebody else. And then the words just come, you know, people, without being woo-woo-y spiritual or anything like that. It's just like, you just know what to say to them, and just kindness. What else around the patches and stuff and following up? It's just about following up with people, make sure that they're there. You know, people just have a good ear. Anything else, Karen?
No, I thought perhaps, Teresa's got a question.
A quick question, Kerry. In regards to wearing the patches for the 12 hours on, 12 hours off, my husband, Jamie, is the distributor. I'm kind of supporting him. But his auntie is a very unwell person, but for some reason she just intuitively wanted to wear the patches at night. She has had a lot of problems sleeping, so she wears them while she sleeps and takes it off during the day. I just want to make sure there's no problem with that, like, you know, health-wise. If that's working for her, it's okay to do.
Yeah, I mean, you know, she sleeps with them on. Wow. I mean, she actually sleeps.
Yeah, she actually, one of the reasons why she wants to continue try for a full month is that she feels like her sleep has improved so much. She's been really struggling. She, suffers with diabetes and a vision problems, a whole host of things. She actually wanted to wear the patch right here in the third eye to help her vision.
There's a few people trying that, experimenting with that one. Not when you go out, obviously.
I did that.
A big sign going, "Ask me."
Well, it's just thinking that way.
I did that. I felt like I fell into a wormhole.
I'm going to have to try that one day, actually.
So getting back to your question, if it works, again, there's nothing that can damage her in any way, so it's not going. So she's got something that's in reverse in her meridian system. I used to be an acupuncturist and Japanese acupuncture and all that kind of stuff. So something in her meridian system is obviously running the opposite way normally. So to somebody else, most of us can't wear it at night. It seems to be okay for her to do that if she's getting sleep. And I would like to know how she is in the day, actually. Like what's happening with her to, just check her health or her energy or, her symptoms. Did you say she was diabetic?
Yes, she's diabetic and she's got problems with her eyes, like she's having, losing vision.
Well, I've heard some extraordinary stuff here. I mean, some of the testimonies is she in her 60s or 70s, huh? Something like that. 60s. Extraordinary things are going on here with people that have been on quite some time, since February, April, when it first came out. Even tumors shrinking, cancer tumors. Again, people, we can't make claims for disease. You have to be very aware of that because your TGA, will shut everything down. So we can treat symptoms, but we can't treat diseases. But people are testifying to some extraordinary things that are going on. So I would just follow her in the day, symptom-wise, see if her eyesight's changing. I'm just trying to think maybe one of those other patches might be good for her to wear in the day. Let me kind of go upline and ask a few questions to people and find out what other patch, because I'm doing 2 different patches. The Anavira that you guys can't get in Australia. It's not available there. Maybe I'll have to do a smuggle mule thing. Karen, when you come over, we'll fill up your luggage. And so, which is pure collagen. So I'm doing like a pure collagen in the night and the X39 in the day. And it's just astounding what's going on. I have a hemangioma tumor in the side that I've had for years. It's benign. And slowly it's shrunk by 50%. And I've only been using it probably about 12 nights. So, you can do combinations of things.
Just before you segue into the next subject, just to recap on how important it is to follow up. This is something that I've found absolutely so important. I mean, Onyx has mentioned it in videos that I'm sure we've all watched at one stage or another, but it's the Bible. It's absolutely the Bible. And Karen walked me through it and taught me the setup of how that looks. And so basically I just started to ad-lib it. Look at my nails, by the way. I've never had nails like this for 20 years. 20 years. Oh my God. Anyway, that's sidetracking. Now,
no, I'm still talking about another benefit of the products. It's not.
Yeah, that's true. It's another benefit of the product. Yeah. So you've got your name, and then I put the contact number so you don't have to look up on the phone. But it's important also to note how many patches you're giving them and when you gave it to them. And then you'll later up, like I do follow up. My personal thing, which I find works extremely well for me, is you text the next morning. Obviously, this person has just received the patches, so they're going to start putting the patch on tomorrow, right, the next day. So what will happen is when they get up in the morning, or I get up in the morning, I've got my beverage, I sit at the counter, and I look through my Bible, and I text those that I know that have received it according to the date. Now, I know that I only have to text this person for 5 days because that's how many patches I gave them. So then on the 6th day, I'm going to instead, no, I try to make it quite comical, actually. I'll make the first day saying, yeah, you know, a gentle reminder to patch yourself. And then as it become more and more familiar, by about the third or fourth day, it's like, patch it, baby, you know, and with an emoji. And often you'll get back, you know, your little emoji signs of thumbs up or a kiss or thank you. And then on the sixth day, because you know you've only given them 5 patches, on the sixth day, it's like, I really would love to hear your experience on the patches. And sometimes you'll have crickets in the room, but, you know, inevitably they're going to share their experience within the next 24 hours. They just will, because they've been contacting you and you've been contacting them.
Yeah.
Backwards and forwards. But on the second day, I would also remind the people that you are patching is that nighttime one, like Kerry said. They always forget to take it off at nighttime. And I don't like texting people twice a day. It's like, I'm not your mother, but I'll happily gently remind you. So how about, and I say on the second day, put a note on the fridge and, you know, that way, you know, or somewhere where you're going to be and it's in your face. And they don't have any objection to that. So just thought I'd throw that in there before we segue into another.
I really think it's a really gorgeous idea, and it's a really nice way to build a relationship with people.
It sure is.
And it also, because one of the other things, like what you were talking about, Karen, about them not actually taking the product properly. I mean, I've given people patches and then I've contacted them a few days later and they haven't even started sticking them on yet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
well, on that too, what
that's a really nice way of, you know, and people go, oh, you know, I forgot, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And that's a really nice way to kind of remind them, oh yeah, that's right, you know, let me stick them on, sort of thing.
I just was thinking, ladies, I set little alarms for myself 3 times a day. And I set an alarm to stop everything and drop into my heart. That's just something I do 3 times a day. And, you know, like whatever's going on, I just drop in. And if if we encourage the people to, like, I like the morning idea, texting them, but in the evening to set themselves an alarm with title Unpatch It, you know, like 12 hours after they put it on, take it off kind of thing. Maybe that would help them to, and you can have it, you just stick the alarm 7 days a week and it will always go off in some little noise before they go to bed or something, just as a reminder.
It's good to also get them to take it off a couple of hours before they plan to go to bed, because it then lets your body, I think, start to sort of, you know, relax before, a little bit before bedtime. I think that seems to be working quite well too, because there's some people that, you know, it's very stimulating, and so it's stimulating when it's still stimulating when they go to bed.
The ones
I've got to take mine off at 6 o'clock, otherwise I don't sleep.
Yeah, and the people who do leave the patch on, I've noticed that the common thread is the dreams are like, whoa, really out there. And it's just like, oh no, this is like really intense. Stop the merry-go-round, I want to get off, you know, with the dream state, leaving the patch on.
Yeah, that's what I do. I do the saber list. I keep all my lists. I have how many patches, what's happened to them, you know, what will happen. But after a while, you have to recreate yourself with your team, is what we're doing now, right? Because you'll get so many people, there's no way that you possibly can follow up with people, you know. So that's why you train them really quickly. And if they sign up, you then training them to do the same, you know. So we're recreating ourselves over and over again. This is why Onyx, the upline, and Kathy are being so successful, and everybody is, you know, following suit, because we've all made mistakes before in network marketing, and all of us, but we're not doing that anymore, because we're going for full support, full training constantly, all the way down, constantly following up. Just to move off that, it's really important to follow up in your back office. So you've got to look at where people are in their back office. I'm constantly looking at the volume. I'm constantly looking at people that are not active status. Makes a huge difference, because everything can collapse like a deck of cards if everyone's not, you know, on status. And it's not the fact that they don't want to, It's the fact that maybe they're freaked out about the internet. Maybe they're freaked out about, you know, working the back office. So there's that section too, that, you know, we have to slowly train the newbies in how to do their back office, how to change their automatic order, post data, you know, all that kind of stuff is like the business training section when we come to our business people and get them more savvy and confident, really confident. The system is really, really easy, you know, it's just different. But, you know, once you've got your website, all you do is send people the link and they sign up themselves, you know.
I think Karen and Kerry will be making, with Karen as well, I can see in my little magic mirror, as they say on Play School, a YouTube tutorial so that you don't have to keep going over and over and over. Then you can gently guide them and say, well, watch this first. That's going to, you know, basically take you by the hand and explain how it's done in an Australian accent, I might add. And then if you have any problems, then come back to me on that one. But, you know, I think that's going to save, because Karen, who's up on my screen, has helped me so much. And, you know, I'm almost owe her my firstborn, but, you know, I can't expect her to do that all the time for me because of my dyslexic issues, but which I'm overcoming. Hopefully I'll patch it and it'll be all gone. But, yeah, I think that's going to be a great help. Isn't it, Karen? Just gently reminding her that she's going to do that, please.
Yes.
I think there's already videos, isn't there? I think Kathy's done some. I'll check it out.
In Australian accent?
No, she's American.
Oh, that's right. Oh, Onyx Kathy, right. Okay. That's
Yeah.
Australians are weird about American accents.
We want it in Australian, please, ladies. We need it in Australian. It's very important for our career.
I was just wondering, because I'm so fresh, if it's possible if I can hear all your elevator speeches, so I can create mine, like feel them all out, and because I, you know, like that, breaking that silence and going right.
I'm actually still working on mine. They've got one on the resources page on the website. When you go into your back office, there's a whole section of resources and there's a whole lot of stuff there. So there's 2 elevator pictures on there that you can have a look at. That's something actually that I want to work on my own, and I need to do that sooner rather than later. Just other things have been getting everyone's going and everything. I haven't even worked on that myself, but I had that situation this morning with my plumber who's here, and I was, you know, it's still that thing. I want to get to the point where I'm really comfortable to just go like that. So
it depends on who I'm talking to, you know. My elevator pitch changes all the time because it depends on who I'm talking to. If they're spiritually inclined, I add a twist in there, you know. If they've got sicknesses going on, then I start talking about cellular communication, you know. So it really depends how I'm going to pitch. I've been elevating all day. I'm elevated out, babies.
I think that's really true too, though, Karen, because there's going to be some of your people that you're going to relate to and talk to them about the patches on a whole different level.
Yeah, sure. I know that. I still don't quite know what they do, or what, you know what I mean? Like, it's not even just your whole pitch. I get that they'll be different, but how do you describe?
Yeah. Well, we can.
Hi, how are you? My name's Mello, and I'd like to actually have the opportunity, if you're open to it, to talk about stem cell, and it's actually about stem cell activation. So, and they go, oh, well, actually, I have heard about stem cell. Okay, great, awesome. Well, this is a product. Oh, I haven't actually got it on there. Where have I got it today? Oh, I'm not going to show it. It's on my bum. I won't say that though, but I'll often have an envelope in my handbag with one of them that I can show them. I said, it's basically like a Band-Aid. And so it's crushed crystal with nanotechnology that is communicating on a cellular level via frequency and light So I don't use too many of the technical terms that they use in X39 at this stage, because I'm sussing out how much they actually understand what I'm saying to start with. And I often then look at the eyes, you know, and see by their body language how much absorption there is. So if they start twitching or moving, it's like, oh, hold on a second, they're not really, you know, you're losing them because they can't absorb what it is that you're saying. So step it back and make it into a something that they can relate to. Do you have any pain, for example? Well, actually, I do have a little bit of a sore elbow. I said, okay, is it an old injury or is this a new one? And sort of feel it out through there. And it's like, well, it's not really that painful. Oh, okay. And how about your clarity? Are you sort of hitting that menopause, you know, sort of blank mind thing where you walk into a room and go, shit, what am I doing here? I remember now I was looking for my keys and you totally forgot. You know, so make it more into a level that everyone can understand. And of course, you're going to have those beautiful spiritually developed people that are going to want, you know, the ins and outs of exactly what's going on. But as a broad net spectrum, I keep it simple and then leave it open for them to engage and ask me how deep do they want to go in the rabbit hole. And then I explain my personal experience. Of course, that's the ultimate. That's the ultimate, is to have your personal story attached to it, because it just rains out true. You know, you can't lie about your personal testimony. It just doesn't work. Your body won't allow you to do it. Your eyes will twitch, your hands will twitch, something will, you know, just spew out that this is a lie. But if you're telling the truth, people know you're telling the truth. And I keep going back to my car accident, and that's absolutely 120% accurate. I have no pain in my hip. The accident was on 1995 on the 23rd of December at 7 p.m., you know. And yeah, I got a shitload of pain then, and I went through a shitload of healing and had children and blah, blah, blah. But I had the pain come back 2 years ago. And I'd actually resigned myself. I thought, well, you know, I've had a pretty good run. You know, this is awesome. I've had a good run. So yeah, maybe I have to surrender the fact I'm either going to have stem cell injections at $9,500 a pop, thank you very much, which don't have a very good success rate, or I'm going to have to opt for this hip surgery. Oh, but it's so expensive, and I'm going to be, you know, like, is this thing going to trap me by the short and curlies and that's it, and I'm going to have to sign up? And I said, honey, what are you paying on your medical at the moment? What vitamins are you shoving into yourself that possibly don't even work? How many coffees do you buy a week? I mean, if you want to put it into perspective of what it is you're outlaying, let's bring it back a notch and see and talk about what you don't see that the patch does. I said, even better still, I'm going to let it cost me. Here's 7 patches in this envelope. Before I give it to you, I need your name and number, because I'm going to invest in your well-being and I need to hear about it. Are you interested? I don't put that interested in, but I make it so that it's a statement that I'm willing to give you not only just my time, but my money, because I believe in this product. And I think that's important to put out there, that they understand that you're not just selling something to earn money. You're not even selling it. This is gifting. You are giving a product away because you believe in it. There's no selling involved. If the person chooses just to become a user, okay, fair enough. If this person choose to become a builder, well, then you're there 120% to support them. But not just you, this whole team, everyone that's on this screen right now. So they're not alone on the journey. I wasn't alone. I didn't know what I was doing when I first joined. All I knew is that I experienced change in my body, and that was enough. That was enough.
You wanted to tell other people about it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
then that gave me the permission and the opportunity to share that story. But everyone's going to have a story of some description, whether it's this, you know, light bulb goes off. It's the clarity thing. And the way I explain that is, here we are. This is our level. This is our plane of reality. And we're in it like that. So all of our subject matter and perspectives in life are in our peripheral vision. But the patch somehow elevates you so you're looking down on all these different possibilities of opportunity that you could potentially take. And it's because you have this helicopter overview, you can make more clear decisions as to the path that you want to take. Now that has been a gift. That is what has happened for me. And I know it's happened for other people using the patch. It's that gift of being elevated from a different perspective and viewpoint that gives you that empowerment again. It gives you almost that ability that you felt prior menopause, even in your 30s. It was that, sharp clarity. You could make decisions. This is what I want to do, but you just didn't have the experience to follow it through. You had the energy, but not the experience. Now,
great, darling, but we've really got to move on.
We've got the experience and the ability to do it with.
I think your insights are really brilliant, really brilliant. But we've only got 10 more minutes, and we just wanted to cover some of the more business stuff. So is that all right? Okay, so there's just a couple of things that we wanted to cover about the back office. I thought I could maybe bring up my screen and then we could show you. Let's see if I can find where it's gone. Log in. Just hang on, give me 1 second.
You didn't say anything to me, did you? I fell out for a minute there.
No,
yeah.
I didn't say anything.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Are we talking about the business and the volume?
Yes, I was just going to see if I could share. Where's my share? I was going to share my screen.
There's some interesting ways to work it without having to spend too much money.
Okay, so what I wanted to just show you here, just wanted to go over a couple of things, which is really important for you to do when you get started. If you click on resources here and try not to have unstable internet connection. If you click here, just email list for members, it's really important that you connect in here, worldwide English only. That way you'll get all the emails from corporate. They're doing some great webinars regularly that you might like to sign up for. They also have recordings. And they also send out information about some weeks and months they have specials on where you can purchase product and get added bonuses and things like that. So it's important for you to know that sort of thing. What I wanted to also, when you sign up as a diamond, you get 3 months worth of the 55 PV. Now that's your personal volume, and everyone has to have 55 PV to remain active. But what we have now come to understand that for us as business builders, we actually need to have 110 PV a month. So we've been finding out some ways that we can do that without us actually having to purchase more products ourselves. And one of those ways is to have preferred customers, and that's when you have people that you really don't think or just really want to use the products. They just want to try the products. And if you set it up for them and you go into patches and you come down and you choose the Lifewave patches here, the one packet, then to set them up as a preferred customer, you click on add to auto ship order, and that way they can get the product for $99 US. They need to have to set up an auto ship order, but there is no penalty for cancelling that, and it just means that they can get the product for $99.95. Otherwise, if they just wanted to buy it straight out, as you can see, well, I'm on my page now, so it's $99, but they would be paying $149. So that's a really great way to get those added points that we need to keep up to 110 PV, because each time you do an order like that, that's 43 points for you. So 2 of those preferred customers every month is going to keep your PV up to 110. Did you want to add something there, Kerry?
Is it the same law in Australia as it is in the States, that you have to have a percentage of customers versus distributors in network marketing? I think it probably is, right?
I've never heard. What's in America?
In the States, you have to have preferred customers. You can't have all distributors because it's the law. The other, no, you covered everything. You only need, 2 of those, because your patches, your X39 worth 77 PV. So then to make up the difference, you just need 2 preferred customers and you've got your 110. So if you had lots of preferred customers, you're getting all your product for free endlessly, and then lots of other products that they have there, lots of other patches. But they have to be on automatic order.
So I'm just showing you here, this is my back office. What I wanted to talk about was this thing particularly here. I just wanted to help you understand this. So this is the week that we're in right now. It's a new commission week, starts on the Monday until the Sunday. So just got to get, well, actually that was yesterday, wasn't it? I thought it was, it must be a Sunday, sorry.
Because it's running on the States time, so it's the end of a cycle.
Yeah. No, but it's, so the new commission week starts Sunday, which is Monday morning for us. Active means that you've got your you're active because you've got your current points that you need. So it's very important if you sign up as a diamond just to lock in your automatic order, although it won't, you have to date it for 3 months in advance. Make sure it's just a few days before the date so there's no problems there, because if you have a time where it slips out of that order, then all these points that you've accumulated below you will just disappear. So your rolling 31 PV, this is your personal points, right? So this is your personal activity, and this runs for 32 days. And then your period LV, this actually equates to your weekly points. And this also equates to what they call the cycle bonus. So the cycle bonus, as you guys understand with the binary, we've got 2 legs in the binary. And so the period LV works on taking the points out of those 2 legs regularly when you have 330 on one side and 660 on the other. So it's 990 points to go through a cycle. And so, as you can see here, I'm a bit lacking in the left at the moment, and I've got 142 points on the right. Now, when that gets to 330 and 660, then the computer does a cycle, and you get paid $50 every time it cycles. And it can cycle.
And it can cycle numerous times, over and over and over again. The bigger that volume is, that it can cycle just many, many, many times.
Yes.
There's people making 100. People are making 100,000 at the moment a month in this company.
Yeah, and then your total LV and your total RV, that's how many total points you have altogether. So I just wanted to share that with you. Now, to be eligible for the cycle bonus, I'll just go over the 3 things. You need to be active, which is your tick up here. You need to have 330 points in your weak leg, 660 points in your strong leg. And you have to have at least 1 personally sponsored active bronze member on each leg. So they might be active for a month, that person, and then they might not order the next month, and you will lose the points there. So that's why it's really important to encourage everybody to keep going on the product. And so every time that happens, like I said, you get paid $50. They take away those points and the cycle starts again. So it can happen anytime throughout the week. And then the total LV there is the total amount of points on your left and right leg until you get to enough for a cycle. So on here you can see your rank advancement. This gives you all the details when you're building the business of how to move up in rank. So for example, at the moment I'm 92% close to manager. I had already reached manager, and then one of my people went inactive, or they rolled over to the next month and they only had 1 month's membership. So that dropped me back down to distributor again. So all I need at this point is one more silver customer on my left leg and I'll make it back up to manager. But then you can flick through all of these and you can see, like, then for director, it gives you exactly what you need to know to reach the different ranks. And as you go up the different ranks, obviously your commission levels become higher. So as business builders, this is something that we all want to be aware of. And this is why you want to actively be looking at this and understand then when you're bringing new people in, what side of the tree you need to put them on. So, and as you're doing that, I'll just show you this quickly.
Do you want to show them? Oh, you are.
Yeah, I'll just show you now. So if
how
you
to
want
change left and right.
How to work and move it from left to right, this is how you do that. You go down to, you go up into the little box at the top here, you go to change settings, and then you come down here and you choose, okay, I need to put somebody on my next person on my right leg. So you click right. Currently I need to build my left. So I've got clicked on build your left. Now your strong outside leg, that's your strong team leg, where you put all your people on. It depends whether you might be coming down on the right hand side. If you're in Melissa's team now, you'll be coming down on the left hand side. But you'll just get to know that because you can go in here and have a look at your binary tree viewer under organisation. And this then gives you all the people underneath you and where they're located. And it's a little bit clunky, I must say. It would be great to be able to see everybody in one go. But the best way to look at it is probably go right to the bottom right, and then you come up one level. And just have a look, and you can see where everyone is. You can see where they're on auto order. If it's got a little heart, that means that's somebody that you've personally sponsored. And this will give you the visual so you can see where your points are. Also, of course, you will look at this thing up here to look for where your left and right, where you need points on the left and right. So it's really important for you to just keep an eye on your back office every couple of days if you're actively bringing people in, so you know where they need to go. Kerry, is there anything else that you can think of that's really important for people to know right now? I'll just show the order ship, sorry. If you want to set up your auto order, what you need to do also is go to the store, go to the patches, come down to the X39, click on the X39, and then you also go to add to auto ship order. That's how you set up your order as well. And if you're on the diamond pack, that will actually ask you on the next page to set up the date that you want that to ship. So I've set mine up for the beginning of January, and it won't activate, it won't take the money out of my account or send me anything until the 1st of January. So does anybody, I know I probably went through that a bit quickly, but does anyone have any questions?
Just a comment. Am I on?
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Is that you want your business people close to you. So for the new people that are signing up, you want your business people left and right, straight underneath you, as much as possible. Once that power leg starts to take off, which you don't really know which is going to take off, you'd like to think it's this, and it ends up being maybe the left instead of the right. Then when you start powering down, like I've got Onyx putting people way underneath me in the power leg because she wants to force the volume up further. So there's all these techniques that you will learn later on how to generate more volume. What else did we miss? I think we covered everything, Karen.
Mari's just put a note there that Marie also said that it is the law in Australia as well, but she's not sure the percent. So,
yeah, I thought so. I mean, it's an international thing, I believe.
yeah, I haven't heard.
Otherwise, it becomes otherwise, it's not a business and becomes a pyramid thing. You know, the old pyramid game.
Yeah.
So that's when it becomes illegal.
Yeah. Great. Does anyone, I'm conscious of the time. We've gone a few minutes over. Does anyone have any questions at this stage before we close up?
Yes, hi girls, I do, but it's more about setting up on the portal side of things for organising how you get paid for your commissions. Are we going to be doing anything about that, or do you want to do that on the side?
That's really quick. You just go to resources in the back office. Can you get that up, Karen? On you. I've gone blank here. Where have I gone? I haven't got you.
Hang on.
I was talking to customer service the other day. This is a good thing and kind of, well, it's all good. You just have to wait a bit longer. There's so many people signing up internationally that it used to be 10 days to wait for them to send you the link so that you can open your portal up. It's up to about 18 days now waiting for them to do that because they're hiring people in the customer service because they can't keep up with the amount of people that are signing up. Fantastic.
I'll show you this, so if you go into commissions and go down to commissions pay card, what happened for me once I started earning commission is I got an email from the company saying, here's the link to set up your pay portal. Which was good because I had actually tried to do it from here before and I was having trouble getting the confirmation email to set it up. So
yeah, that's what I'm having trouble with.
Yeah,
me too.
So you've tried to do that and you haven't been able to find the email?
Yes, I haven't received the activate email yet. So
right, it's because they're behind. It's because they're behind. Yeah, because you can't, Georgia hasn't got hers and she sent that 15 days ago. And so we called to find out. So you just got to hang in there. I mean, drop them another email or call them and say, haven't got my activation. You know, it's okay because it's kind of like a bank account. Your money sits there for now.
Okay, cool. I'm just confirming when you say about contact them to ask. I mean, I sent in my driver's license and asked them for that. Is that where that's going to be generated from in the activation email, or is there someone else I'm supposed to contact?
No, if you've sent your ID like they've asked you to, then you're further along than I just thought that you were. Now you're just waiting for them to get back to you. And I know for me it took 2 weeks. And like we said, they've just got such amazing sign-ups and everything going on because of the success of these products and the amazing results people are having. The company's grown 4 times in the June-July period. And David Schmidt, the owner of the company, is investing money at the moment to bring on new staff and also to double the capacity of the machines and everything, the factories that they have making the patches. I believe he spoke to Onyx about the fact that he's investing in new machinery that they can make 1 million, was it 1 million more patches a day?
Yeah, something like that.
Something massive.
Oh, wow.
So he's really very committed to the growth of this company and he's doing everything he can at the moment. We just have to be a little bit patient with that. But I think the exciting thing for us is that you know, we're really on the crest of this wave in Australia. There's not
a lot I tell you. I mean, I as I said in the last call, I said people that are into network marketing wait for opportunities like this in Australia, that it's an opening and you're at the top of the most extraordinary product that I've ever had anything to deal with. And I've had a lot of success in this business before, but man, you guys are at the top. So it's going
Can
to
I
be
ask a
amazing.
question? Can I ask a question about the Cyber Monday, Kerry?
Yeah.
There's something, I've got this email that says, it'll be the best day to, there'll be great benefits and what have you. Do you have, that's obviously tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't paid attention to it because anything Cyber Monday and Cyber Friday and Cyber Saturday.
Black Friday. No, I can't believe it.
No. Are they selling something? Is it
I don't
something that
know.
they're offering?
Well, it's from the marketing. It's from the marketing director, and he's just going, "You wait, it's going to be amazing." It's just I've obviously got to put in an order to get my, make sure I stay active.
And you've got to do it.
I think they're going to really.
You got to do it in 4 days. You've got to do it.
Yeah, no, I was going to do it today, but I want to know what Cyber Monday is. Should I do it tomorrow? That's what I'm thinking.
Probably a good idea. I'll pull up the email in a second. I just want to show just before I jump off this page, I just want to just show everybody, you've got 2 choices with your commission payments. One is a portal, this one here, and this one is actually a prepaid card. With this one, they load the money into the portal and then you connect one of your bank accounts that you transfer the money out of. And this one, they just load it onto a card. So you actually use that as a debit card. And some people talk about the fact that that's quite a nice talking point to pull that card out and use it when you're shopping or anything like that. So it's just really your choice which way you decide which way you want to do that. And you can choose to get paid in US or Australian. And the thing is, we're always going to have to deal with the exchange rate situation. But, although we're paying things in American dollars at the moment, we get paid in American dollars too. So that's a bit of a bonus there.
The Cyber Monday might be that they're releasing something, Deb. They might be given an offer, so just keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
Because they haven't stated anything that I can see. They just get everybody on tenterhooks.
Getting everybody fired up.
Yeah.
Oh, so they haven't actually said what it is yet? I'm just having it.
No. Melissa texted me, I think, right, Melissa, the other night about it. And I was like, what? So I saw it. So,
Cyber Monday Whopper deal. Are you ready?
Yeah.
The best deals of the year. Okay, well.
Okay, that's what. Just wait for that. They might be offering you like 2 for 1 or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping, crossing everything.
Brilliant. Guys, I know we've gone a little bit over our planned hour. Sorry to hold you all here. But if you've got any more questions, we might wrap it up. And thank you so much, all of you, for being here. Thank you so much for your passion and your interest, and let's go out and just make an amazing impact on people's health and wealth around us.
Karen, can I talk to you for 3 minutes after everyone's gone?
Yeah.
Is that me?
Either
You're
one
asking
of you.
me?
Yeah,
we'll stay on. I'm going to talk to Onyx tomorrow, and I'm going to get the rundown on a patching party.
Yeah.
So so we got to patch everybody up, baby cake. So we're going to do it. So I'll work out what the procedure is, and that's what we'll, I'll pass it on.
Yeah,
when I know how it looks.
Because we might have an opportunity with Karen to do that. So we want to get the drill of what they've been doing in America that's been working really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Bye.
Okay.
We're staying on.
Oh, you're staying on. Okay. Nice.
Bye,
Thank you very
All
much.
right,
Just want to say
bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
We're staying on.
Thank you. Okay, I might just stop the